Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Carmelo Lattuca in the 1011 Now streaming studio. We're going to take a look at the forecast. We are expecting frost and freeze alerts to continue late tonight into early tomorrow morning. This could be one of the coldest nights so far this fall season. We're not talking about anything super chilly out there, but this, again, is the first frost or freeze for many. So let's get straight into it. As always, though, we're going to start off with our Lincoln Weather Almanac. Surprisingly, we actually got up to 70 degrees today. Didn't feel like it, though, for much of the day. We saw temperatures fall into the upper 60s by the early afternoon. Average high is 66 degrees, so fairly close to average. We started off at 44. That's also 4 degrees above average for a morning low as well. We move on now to our precipitation almanac. Haven't seen any rain recorded at the airport today. I know we had some showers move through the Lincoln area earlier this evening, but now we're running just a difference of 0.13 of an inch for the month. So very close to coming to at average or even below average over the next few days. That is likely a possibility because we're not expecting much in terms of rain over the next 7 days. Yearly, we're still running below normal, close to 3 inches at this point. If we take a look at the Lincoln rainfall, very little green on this map. We're talking just a couple hundredths of an inch. I think the highest total I'm seeing is 400ths of an inch, so nothing incredible. Some spots didn't see any rain so far today, not expecting much more. And as we take a look at the last 24 hours across the state, northeastern Nebraska ranging from 1 to 300ths of an inch. A little bit more in Kansas City where they saw over 1 inch of rain. Now, low temperatures this morning, we did drop down to the 30s off to the west, close to freezing in Alliance. That was our chilliest temperature at 33 degrees. Dropped down to 44 once again in Lincoln, closer to 50 in Nebraska City. Our highs today ranged anywhere from the low 50s into the mid 70s. Once again, we did make it to 70 in Lincoln, 73 in Hebron, 74 in Falls City, and 73 in Nebraska City. Pretty quiet on our Skyview cams at this point. Few passing clouds still out there, but we are expecting decreasing cloud cover over the next few hours or so. It's 51 at the airport, 50 at the studio. Winds out of the north-northwest at 12 miles per hour with no wind gusts at this time, and thankfully our winds are decreasing this evening as well. Temperatures across town, 49 to 52 degrees, fairly similar across central and eastern Nebraska. It's still 60 in Falls City, but we're already down into the 30s in Lexington, North Platte, and Ogallala. Ogallala, 36 degrees. That's one of the cooler spots, but again, a little bit more mild off to the east. Compared to 24 hours ago, running about 5 to 15, close to 20 degrees cooler at this time compared to yesterday at 8:37 p.m. Now, the wind speed and direction out of the north and northwest, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Falls City, the highest wind gust at this point at 37 miles per hour. Again, those winds are dropping down. And you can see where that rain moved in just a little while ago. It has moved off to the south and east for the most part. Still a few isolated showers in southern Lancaster County, but generally for the most part, rain along and north of I-80 coming to an end. And we zoom out across the state. The cloud cover is decreasing quickly as well. It's only a matter of time before we see clear skies statewide, and that will continue overnight tonight. Nationwide, we do have a severe weather event going on right now off to our south and east. No severe weather expected here, but a lot of rain right now in the Mississippi and Tennessee River valleys up towards the Great Lakes as well. We take a look at our weather alerts, tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches to our southeast, but we have frost advisories and freeze warnings a little bit closer to home. We're going to take a look at those specifically right now. Frost advisory in central and south central Nebraska that begins at 10 p.m. this evening to 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Sub-freezing lows are possible. In northeastern Nebraska from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. Sunday morning, sub-freezing lows are possible. In northern, central, and western Nebraska, we have a freeze warning. That's in effect from 10 p.m. this evening to 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Sub-freezing lows are expected or at least likely in some of it, most if not all of those areas. Again, northern, central, western, and southwestern Nebraska and the dark shaded areas. Anyone who's in those blue shaded areas, though, if you have any outdoor plants, make sure to bring them in. Why even take the chance, even if you're in those frost advisory areas? In the capital city, you are fine to keep them out overnight tonight, though we are still expecting temperatures to drop down into the upper 30s. We move on now to Skycast, and we'll take a look at temperatures in just a moment. But the rain coming to an end once again. Clear skies overnight tonight. That's going to help our temperatures drop down very quickly. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, a few passing clouds maybe, but plenty of sunshine expected. Late Sunday into early Monday, start to see increasing clouds from the north and northwest. We will see partly cloudy skies as we go into Monday afternoon. About a 20% chance for rain. Not overly optimistic on those rain chances, but at least a small chance is there, and you can see just a little bit of green popping up in northern Nebraska Monday night. If you're wondering how much rain we'll see in the next 7 days, might not see anything in northern Nebraska, little to no precipitation. Up to a half an inch on the high end in south central and southeastern Nebraska. That would be later on into the week. Now we take a look at our lows. upper 20s to mid 30s, maybe even some low 40s, but the 20s in North Platte, Ogallala, Thedford, Broken Bow, maybe closer to McCook, still right around freezing. But the farther east you go, the warmer it will be. But 37, that might be I think that would be our coolest temperature so far in Lincoln this season. I think we dropped down to 39 degrees a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, but nothing close to freezing yet. Highs on Sunday, right around average, 60s and 70s expected. Monday morning, it will be much more mild out there. 47 in Lincoln, 50 in Fall City. No 30s for the most part expected. Will be in the 40s. Monday afternoon, cooler to the northwest, a little warmer to the southeast. 67 in Lincoln, upper 50s to the northwest, maybe as warm as 71 in Fall City. We do get cooler on Tuesday morning, dropping down to the upper 20s in the Panhandle, low to mid 40s to the east. Tuesday afternoon, it will be cooler as well, upper 50s in northern and northeastern Nebraska, low 60s the farther south and west you go. This is when we could hit freezing in the capital city this week. This is our best chance. 33 degrees in Lincoln Wednesday morning. I do at least anticipate a frost advisory if these temperatures stay the same. Maybe not a freeze warning because we're not dropping down below 32, but right around 33 degrees. Again, potentially our first frost of the year. This is coming about 11 days late. I think our first average frost is October 11th, so pushing it to October 22nd. And if we don't hit it the 22nd or the 23rd, I think we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. We'll take a look at the 23rd in just a moment. Wednesday afternoon, the 22nd, 60s expected statewide. As we go into Thursday morning, dropping down maybe a little bit for some, but mid to upper 60s. And then Friday afternoon, upper 50s to mid 60s. Not a lot of change expected as we go throughout the upcoming week. 7-day forecast, 65 on Sunday, mostly sunny conditions. 20% chance of rain on Monday, breezy out there, windy on Tuesday. The frost is possible Wednesday morning, maybe even Thursday morning. We drop down to 37. Could be even cooler than that, though. So those are the 2 days we'll be watching out for, Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday and Saturday, we're back into the 40s, so we're going to have to push it into later into October. Who knows, maybe even into November, depending on what happens this week. But we also have small chances for rain Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday, we don't know the game time for that Husker home game against Northwestern. We should know by tomorrow at some point. But right now, afternoon high 63 degrees, morning low 41 degrees. That's the projected forecast. 10-day forecast in terms of temperatures. I like to pinpoint the warmest and coolest days in the next 10. Very difficult to find what the warmest day statewide could be. It might be tomorrow because we get 50s and 60s and 70s on Monday, a lot of 50s on Tuesday. No 70s Wednesday or Thursday. Friday, we get back into the 50s. Saturday, 60s for the most part. Could be Sunday, but I mean, there's no real warming period in the next 10 days. Coolest temperatures likely holding off until the 28th, the Tuesday, October 28th. That's where we see widespread 50s, still maybe right around 60 in the capital city. Precipitation chances. If we don't see any rain Monday, we likely won't see any across the state until at least Thursday. 50% chance in McCook, 20% chance here. A little bit of a higher rain chance as we go into Friday. Small rain chances Saturday, small rain chances Sunday. 40 to 60% chances right now, though, as we go into Monday, October 27th. That's when we could see some beneficial moisture at least, and then small rain chances returning the following day on Tuesday. 8 to 14 day outlook could be a rainy end to the month. Hopefully no rain on Halloween. We want to see that, but above average precipitation is possible across northern, central, and eastern Nebraska. Temperature-wise, above average conditions are favorable, so upper 50s, mid to upper 50s at this point, I believe, for our average high. So we could still see 60s, we could still see 70s. I wouldn't even rule out 80s for the end of October into early November, though the chances for that, they do go down pretty significantly. So once again, if you have any outdoor plants anywhere, pretty much across the state, I know we don't have frost advisories everywhere. You probably would be fine in Lincoln overnight tonight. We're projecting a low of 37, but northeastern, northern, central, southern, and western Nebraska, all of those locations have some form of frost advisory or a freeze warning. And even if the ones that start overnight tonight, right after this weather segment, go outside, bring the plants in. You don't have to wait till 10 p.m. You don't have to wait until these advisories and warnings start. You want to be a little proactive. But again, dropping down at or below freezing for many locations tonight. We could do that in Lincoln on Wednesday. That would be our best chance over the next 7 days as of right now. Make sure to stay tuned at 10:11 News at 10. I'll have the latest forecast details, the latest warning map in case anything does change. Not expecting too much change, but you never know. And again, plenty of sunshine and mild temperatures expected tomorrow afternoon. Seasonal temperatures expected tomorrow afternoon. Make sure to stay tuned once again. But for now, have a great night.